पापात्मनां त्राता श्रीकृष्णस्त्वमलात्मना नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादा नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्वन्हदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, राधा रानी की जय, श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, प्रिय साधक जन, दिव्यात्माओं, महानुभाव, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, dearest spiritual aspirants, divine souls. First let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. As customary, we'll begin by chanting the divine name of the Lord for a few minutes. राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 गोविंद गोविंद राधे 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 ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद राधे भज गोविंद राधे जय जय गोविंद राधे ओ राधे राधे गोविंद गोविंद Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe Radhe Oh Govind Radhe Oh Govind Radhe Oh Govind Radhe 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 Govind Govind Radhe 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 Oh Radhe Radhe Govind Radhe 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 Jai Jai Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe Radha Krishna Bhagwan ki jai. Now try to pay close attention, listen very carefully. We're back here at the Arya Samaj Center in Singapore. The topic, we're here for 2 days, and the topic is the importance of remembering God. Why should we remember God, think about God? Bhagavan Krishna says in the Gita, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prati samadbhavam yati nastatra sanshayah. Chapter 8, verse 5. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram. At the last moment, antakale, the last moment, Muktva Kalevaram, when the life leaves the body, if one remembers Shri Krishna, God, Mam eva smaran, one thinks only about God, ev only. At the last moment, for the life, when the life leaves the body, then that soul, that person will certainly come to me. God is saying, Shri Krishna is saying. There's no doubt about this. He will certainly come to me. On the other hand, Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavitah. Chapter 8, verse 6, Gita. Whatever you remember, whatever person or object, yam yam vapi smaram bhavam, whatever object or person we think about, remember, when the life leaves the body, tyajatyante kalevaram, when we die, that's where we're going to go, what we're going to become in the next lifetime. And mostly, what are we going to remember at that time? Wherever our mind is attached, whatever we love or whoever we love, where our mind is attached to a person or object, that's what we're going to remember. You people see in the world, somebody is very sick and they're thinking they're going to die. And they have a son or daughter who is in another country, Videsh mein. And they haven't spoken for many years. Something happened between them that they didn't speak for many years. And now the person is thinking, I'm about to die. Please, please tell Ramesh. Please tell my daughter Gayatri Please tell I want to see them. Please come immediately. My life will not leave if I don't see them. The longing desire to see them one last time because of the attachment. They may not have spoken for many years, but the attachment is there. So we're going to remember only that where our mind is attached to, that person or object. That's what you're going to remember. Don't think, I have done so many Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, I have done so many Radhe Radhe. And now, I'm going to remember. Another thing is, people think and say, when the life leaves the body, if we say God's name, we'll go to Bhagavan. Fine. Nothing is wrong. But who can take God's name? At that time, before dying, we experience so much pain and suffering before the soul leaves the body. However you die, whether you die by accident, whether you die naturally, however you die. When the soul leaves the body, when we think someone has died, they didn't really die as yet. When the soul leaves, all death is the same. Whether it's by accident, whether it's naturally, whatever. The same process. What happens at that time? Because we are attached to the material world, our possessions in the world, money, the house, the motor car, those whom we love, mother, father, wife, husband, child, friend. So no one wants to die. We will know when we're going to die. At that time, we attain a vision that we normally don't have. In the Garuda Puran and other scriptures, we are told we're going to see some people called Yamdut, the messengers of Yamraj, messengers of death. You attain a vision that you don't normally have. You're going to see them coming. They're very terrifying. And so your thought comes, yes, I'm going to die. And we don't want to. So what happens? The soul, the life force, hides in the senses, tries to hide. And it has to be taken out with great force by the Yamduts. And there's tremendous pain. Everybody's propensity of bearing pain is different. Somebody takes a bamboo and hit one person, and one bamboo in the head, fall unconscious. The pain is so unbearable. Somebody, you have to hit 3 bamboo, then he falls unconscious. Somebody 5 bamboo. So our ability to bear pain varies from person to person. But there's a point where the pain becomes unbearable and you become unconscious. Same thing with happiness. There's a certain amount of happiness we can bear, and when it crosses that point, unconscious. There's a very poor person. He can't even get 1 meal for the week. So poor. And suddenly he wins the lotto. $100 million. For unconscious. He's so happy. So in both happiness and sorrow in the world, there's a certain point we can bear and then unconscious. So the pain is so much at that time. You haven't died as yet. The person becomes unconscious before dying. Now, having become unconscious, can we say anything? No one can speak. Father say Ram, Krishna, Radhe. Oh, my father said Radhe and he died. No. He said Radhe, but he didn't die yet. There was a process. We don't know when the soul has left. Arya, you have seen cases where the doctor comes and pronounces someone dead. The doctor has come and pronounced the person dead. And they're taking them to the cremation ground. They put two bamboo, put the body, tied it in the cotton, and they're going, Ram, Nam, Satya, hai. And halfway the person gets up and sits down. Huh? Doctor already pronounced that. So because there's the process in the death. When the soul leaves, when the life force leaves. And that's the same for every death. So we become unconscious at that time. The only person who can say Ram, Krishna or Radhe or anything, when the life force leaves the body, when we truly die, is a saint. Because it's only a saint, one who's attained God-realization, because he has no attachment. The death of a saint, when a saint leaves the world, is described in the scripture. An elephant is walking. And someone has put a garland around the neck of the elephant, and that garland breaks and falls from the neck, and the elephant doesn't know. So the one who's attained God-realization leaves this body. By his own will, takes the life force to the Sashtra Chakra, gets a new body, and goes to divine abode. Effortlessly. So the more attachment we have, the more pain and suffering we're going to feel at that time experience. So the fact is, yes, if someone can do that, but who can do that? So the main thing here in Gita, Shri Krishna is using the word smaran. Om Ityakaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mamanusmaran. Again, the word smaran comes. Chapter 8, verse 13, 1-3. Everywhere, smaran, smaran, smaran. If one remembers God, whether you take the name or not, Shri Krishna says, once you remember me, at that time, whatever you remember, you remember Bhagavan, you go to the abode of Bhagavan. You remember the world, some person, object in the world, you come back in. And that's what we have been doing from beginningless time. We, the soul Atma, has no beginning. Na jayate mriyate va kadachinayam bhutva bhavitavan bhuya ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano nahanyate hanyamane sharire. Chapter 2, verse 20, Gita. The Jivatma, the individual soul, Shri Krishna is saying, who we are, never takes birth, nor does it die. Nor having come into existence does it cease to be, because it is unborn, eternal and most ancient, Puran. It is not destroyed even when the body is destroyed. So we have been in existence from beginningless time. Just as God is Aj. Aj means unborn, eternal, beginningless. Jivatma is also Aj. Gyagya, Gyagyau, Dvavaja, Vishani, Shavaja, Heka, Bhokti, Bhogyata, Yukta, Anantaschatma, Vishwarupu, Hyakarta, Tayam Yada Vindate, Brahma Me Tat. Shvetashvatara Upanishad, chapter 1, verse 9. The Vedas are saying both. Dva Vajau, Dva. Both Jivatma, the individual soul, as well as Paramatma, Bhagwan, Shri Krishna, they are Aj, unborn, eternal, beginningless, uncountable lifetimes. Akar chari lakh chaurasi Yoni Brahmat Yah Jiva Avinashi. Bhagwan Shri Ram, the Supreme Lord, is saying to the residents of Ayodhya, Uttarkand of Ramayana, Ram Gita it's called, because Bhagwan is given lecture. He says the individual soul, Jivatma, is Avinashi, eternal, indestructible. But because of attachment, we keep rotating, Brahmat. We keep rotating in 8.4 million forms of life. All because of our attachment to the material world. So, we have to change that. How do we become attached? I mentioned this before in one of the lectures. Let's go it over again a little bit. How do we become attached to any person or object in the world? We fall in love, we get addicted. We can't live without that person. We can't, even a moment away from them, we feel like we want to die. How that happens? So Shri Krishna says in Gita, Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa Sangasteshu Pajayate. Chapter 2, verse 62, Gita. We all are looking for happiness. Sukh, Anand. Why? Because we are a fraction of Anand. Mamaevansho jivaloke jiva bhutah sanatana. Chapter 15, verse 7, Gita. Shri Krishna says, Jivatma, the individual soul, an eternal part, fraction of him, Sanatan Ansh. Mamaya Vansho. Mama Ansh. Eternal part, fraction of me, Shri Krishna. And who is Shri Krishna? Shri Krishna is called Anand, bliss, happiness. Anando brahmeti vajanat ananda deva kalvimani bhutani jayante anandena jatani jivanti anandam prayantya bhisambhishanti. Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 3, verse 6. From bliss alone, the entire universe comes into being. Bliss is that by which we sustain. Bliss is that into which we merge upon death. God is bliss. Anando Brahmeti. Another name for Shri Krishna is Anand, bliss, happiness. And it's a natural law that every part, every fraction has a natural love for the whole and wants to become one with it. All rivers naturally flow to the ocean, being a fraction of the ocean. If you look at the flame of a fire, it naturally rises upwards because it's a fraction of the sun. So in the same way, we the individual souls, being eternal part, fraction of Shri Krishna, naturally love and want only Shri Krishna. It's our nature. And because Shri Krishna is happiness, bliss, we all want only happiness. And we've been searching for this happiness from big and endless time. We have been searching. But we have not found even the tiniest drop, even once, even in dream. I told you before, someone asks, so if there's no happiness in the world, what is that we experience? One question I said is this: we are suffering in this world so much, from so many suffering, pain, that if one of them or some is taken away, we feel relieved and we think that we call it happiness. It's not happiness. Happiness means Yovai Bhuma Tat Sukham Bhumaiva Sukham Chandogya Upanishad. The Vedas say that which is infinite, immeasurable, eternal, big and endless is called Sukha, happiness. Once attained, it is possessed forever. You will never experience sorrow ever again. You will never become separate from it ever again. Have we experienced such a thing? No. Today something is making us happy, one moment something, and next moment we are sad again. Where's the happiness? This is only our delusion. So why have we not attained even the tiniest drop of true happiness? Because of ignorance. We have been looking in the wrong place. Because from beginningless time, we have forgotten that we are the soul Atma. Identifying with the physical body, this material physical body, we have been looking for happiness in the material world from beginningless time. A new house, a new car, handsome boy, beautiful girl, a good job, plenty money, you name it. If I don't find it today, I'll find it tomorrow, but I will find it. And that's why when people pray to God also, lots of people are going to church, masjid, temple, mandir, gurudwara, so many places. It seems as though there are so many people are devoted to God. Are they? Majority of them who are going to all the spiritual places, religious places, 99.99% are praying to God for the world. Because the decision has come in the mind that I will find happiness in the world. Nobody has been able to convince them that the happiness they're looking for, they'll find only in God and Sri Krishna. So that decision has become from beginningless time very firm in the mind. All because of ignorance. We've forgotten who we are. We are the soul Atma. Identifying with this body, material body, so we have been searching in the wrong place, in the material world. And that's why we have not found even the tiniest drop. So we want happiness. So our nature, so we keep looking. So here Sri Krishna is saying, chapter 2, verse 62, when we think again and again, we think again and again, that I can find happiness in this person or object, we get attached. We fall in love. We get addicted. Different name, same thing. I gave you some example before. Nobody becomes a chain smoker just like that. You're not born a chain smoker. In your childhood, you saw other people smoking, your peers, friends, parent, brother, sister, and you think, gentleman, it looks like gentleman when you smoke. Looks like madam, lady. You decide to take a smoke. On smoking the first cigarette, you cough and almost choked on it. But you keep smoking because you think it will give you happiness, and then you become a chain smoker. It has taken hold of the mind. It's captured it. The same thing, nobody's born an alcoholic. In our childhood again, we see other people drinking alcohol. Again, it could be a brother, it could be a father, a mother, it could be a sister, it could be a friend, a peer, a neighbor. And we think, I should try that too. We took a first drink and the head spin. We hide and take a drink. And then, now as we get a little older, we go clubbing. It's a big thing now. Long ago, only boys, men would go clubbing. Now, ladies are going more. So every Friday we go clubbing, drinking. Then every Monday and Friday, then every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, then every day. Now you're an alcoholic. So it's this thinking again and again. This constant reflection. I mentioned to you before, how do we fall in love with a boy or a girl? People say, I just saw that girl. People constantly looking for something called a soulmate. And they think they have found a soulmate, and then they think, oh, my dead mate. Huh? What is a soulmate? We're looking for someone to make us happy. Somebody who will just think about me only. Make me happy, because we're selfish by nature. Sarva swartam samihate. Everyone is selfish. Everyone in the world is selfish by nature, the scriptures are saying. Selfish means we want our own happiness. It's a nature. Nothing is wrong to want happiness, our own happiness. So we think this person will, we see the thing is, we look in the wrong place, that's all. So this girl sees this boy and she thinks, this is the boy is going to make me happy. A boy sees a girl and thinks, this is a girl is going to make me happy. And then start, subtly, you don't even know, you're thinking again and again. And then I fell in love. Now you can't sleep, the food has no taste until you can get this boy or this girl. You get married, you bring her home. For the first few days, she is very shy, coy, soft-spoken. People come to see her, Lakshmi has come. Huh? Lakshmi has come in the house. But after a little while, the tune changes. The mother abuses her. The neighbor is told, please come and see my daughter-in-law, she's sick. I don't have time. She's some princess. It may even come to the point where the husband says, the day I married you, I ruined my whole life. And the wife may say, oh, she may think in her mind, but you think, the day I married you, I ruined my whole life. Where did the soulmate go? So because we are looking for our happiness, and the person who we think, what happened? Because they didn't have happiness, how are they going to give it to me? Why did you fall in love? Why did you attach to that person? Because this person is going to make me happy. This girl, this boy. And they themselves don't happiness. So the person, you're looking to this person to make you happy, and the same person is looking to you to make them happy, and nobody has it. And that's all the problem. You never listen to me. You don't ever do what I want. Cut. Every home. Some people bear it, they stay quiet. Look, it takes two hands to clap, right? One hand cannot clap. So if one person is fighting and quarreling and abusing and saying all foolish things and insulting, and one person stay quiet, then nothing will happen. A little bit that person will shout, and then they'll get quiet. It's useless, I'm shouting, and that person not even taking me on. But one person says something, and the other one said, oh, you say, I'll say this, and then the other one said that, and the other one said this, and the language gets louder and louder, and it gets worse, and they may even pick up something. It happens. All has to do one person stay quiet. So some learn, long ago especially, there wasn't much divorce and all of that. All it has was, look, you get married only once. So whatever happens, stay here. Learn to live with it, cope with it. One, given, let me listen to what the wife has to say. Let me listen to what the husband has to say. And there's peace. That used to happen. Nowadays, nobody, you didn't listen to me, you didn't do what I want, get lost. Talak, divorce, get another one. And you can get 10, 20, you won't find that soulmate you're thinking about, we're not going to find. There's a soulmate, is Sri Krishna. One who's going to love us for us, who's going to give us all the happiness we're looking for, Sri Krishna. So, it's our nature to look for happiness everywhere and everything. And until we don't find true lasting happiness, we cannot remain inactive. We have to keep searching. But if we keep looking in the material world, material person and objects, as we've been doing from beginningless time, we will never be satisfied. Now, this decision we have made in our mind, that I will find happiness in the world, is become very firm. Remember, uncountable lifetimes. We have been thinking, and that one decision is in the mind, to change that decision for the material soul is impossible. And this is where someone we call Guru comes. When we associate with a true saint in the right way, because then someone may ask the question, uncountable lifetime, you mean I never met any saint? We have met uncountable saints. We met them. We did not do association. There's a difference. Sant ke milan or sant ka sang. There's a difference between meeting a saint and associating with a saint. We never associated. Somebody said this is a saint, we went, we did pranam. I like his lecture, we shook our head. But, we put one but. Lekin, one but. And that was the end of it. I'm a household, I have to live in the world. What does he know? One but, and that was the end of it. I like what he's saying, it sounds very good. It's logical, but, and that was it. We've always done that. We've met uncountable saints. Either we had too much abhiman, as I mentioned one day, ego, pride. We were not willing to accept that he or she is a saint. And if we accepted that they are saint, we were not willing to accept that he is equal to God, that he is God personified. Even though all the scriptures are telling us, when you meet a true saint, the true guru, you have met Bhagwan. Bhagwan Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Acharya mam vijaniya nav manyet karijit namartya buddhya suyet sarvadev mayo guru. 11th canto, 17th chapter, 27 verse, Bhagavad Mahapuran. Shri Krishna is saying to Uddhav, know the saint, the true Guru, one who has attained God. Know him to be me, Shri Krishna personified. Mam Vijaniya, know him to be me. Uddhav, don't see him as a man, as a worldly person. Do not use your material mind and intellect to understand him. And know that all forms of God reside in him. Many places in Bhagavad. Yasya sakshat bhagavati jnana deepa prade gurau martya saddhi shrutam tasya sarvam kunjara shauchavat. 7th canto, 15 chapter, 26 verse, Bhagavad Mahapuran. Again Bhagavad is saying, know the Guru, the true Guru, the one who has lit the light of knowledge, Jnana Deepak Prade Gurau, who has lit the light of knowledge into you, brought true knowledge. Know him to be God personified, Sakshat Bhagavan. Do not see him as a material man, because when you do that, it's like an elephant taking bath. The elephant goes, takes bath in the river, and then goes in the bank and throws dirt on itself. It will go through one ears and come out the other one. That's what we have done. Eshavai Bhagavan Sakshat Pradhana Purusheshwaraha Yogeshwarair Vimrigyankr Loko Yamanyate Naram. 7th canto, 15th chapter, 27 verse, Bhagavad Mahapuran. Again Bhagavad is saying, know the saint, the one who's attained God, the true Guru, know him to be Bhagavan Sakshat. Which Bhagavan? Pradhana Purusheshwara. The governor, he who is the governor of Maya. Great yogis and rishis, munis are dying to get the dust of the feet of such as a guru said, but the world looks upon him like an ordinary man. And we don't benefit. So uncountable savior man. But because of Abhiman, pride, we were not willing to accept him to be saint. And even if we did, we didn't want to accept him to be equal to Bhagavan. Or we didn't accept at all. So we never benefited. We never associated. Associate means join in our intellect with the intellect of Guru. Guru ki buddhi mein buddhi, apna buddhi jod do. To join our intellect with the intellect of Guru. Then we're going to benefit. There's something called a Paras money. Philosopher's stone. Black stone. If you have a Paras money and you touch it, you touch that to iron, the iron will get converted into gold. So we have a Paras money and there's a piece of iron, but the iron is enclosed in a wooden box. The Paras money may have contact with the wooden box for a long time, but there will be no change in the iron. It's only when the iron is taken out of the wooden box and brought in direct contact with the Paras money, it gets converted into gold. So in the same way, when we join our intellect, knowing when we meet the true Guru, knowing him to be God himself personified, that he alone knows what's good for us. I don't know anything. Then the true knowledge will come. Then we'll go in the right direction. Only when we associate with a true Guru, a true saint, a bona fide saint, that decision can change in our mind the wrong decision we had from uncountable lifetimes. Shri Krishna says again to Uddhava, Vishayandhataschittam vishayeshu visajyate mamanusmarataschtittam mayeva praviliyate. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11th canto, 14th chapter, 27 verse. Shri Krishna says, Uddhava, look, just as people in the world, worldly people, they think again and again that they'll find happiness in worldly persons and objects, and they get attached to worldly person and object, and so whatever you get attached, that's what you're going to attain. In the same way, if somehow or the other, someone can think about me, Shri Krishna, again and again, that only Shri Krishna will give me happiness, only Shri Krishna is happiness. What will happen? We'll get attached, we'll fall in love with Shri Krishna, and the result, we will attain Shri Krishna. The way of practice is the same, the method is the same, and the result is the same. The way of practice, thinking again and again. But that will only happen when we get true knowledge, and that knowledge Guru will give. Knowledge that I am the soul, Atma, I am not the body. Knowledge that the happiness I'm looking for, I'll find only in Shri Krishna, because Shri Krishna is happiness. The knowledge that I am looking only for happiness, but I'll find it only in Shri Krishna. Then the search will start. Then we look in the right direction. So, we have to think about Shri Krishna again and again. We have to do Roop Dhyan. Roop means form, Dhyan means meditation. We have to meditate on Shri Krishna. Just chanting on a bead, just doing puja, just doing ritual. We can do all the chanting, we can do all the ritual, we can go to all the places of pilgrimage. But if the mind is not there, I've told you this the last time I was here, most important is the mind. We have to, what falls in love? What gets attached? Our hand, our feet, our head, our eye, our nose, what gets attached? The heart, the mind. This falls in love. So we have to attach the mind to Shri Krishna. Our heart, our mind. Two different names means the same thing. And that will happen when we think again and again, when we meditate on Shri Krishna. Thinking about Him again and again. We have to make a relationship with Shri Krishna. So how do we do that? So let's do a bhajan and then we'll go into that as to how we're going to think about Shri Krishna again and again. Shri Krishna, Premas Madhira, part number 57. So this, I'll go through briefly this bhajan. This is written by Jagat Guru Tam Kripalu Mahaprabhu, pad. Dharu Nanda Nandan ko dhyan de. A devotee, a sadhak is saying to the mind, oh mind, meditate on Shri Krishna. Dhyan means meditate. Think about Shri Krishna. Meditate on Shri Krishna. Jako dhyan par dharatani shivasar vidhi hari hari bhagavan. Even Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the sustainer, Shiv, the destroyer, they are meditating on Shri Krishna day and night, on the form of Shri Krishna day and night. That's why we should meditate also. How? How to meditate? Mor mukut lakuti lapati pat lajavati brikuti kamanare. Shri Krishna has more mukut. He has a peacock feather. Many saints have described Shri Krishna in different ways. Many artists have drawn different things. But one thing is common in all the pictures, in all the murti. Peacock feather. Nobody has put a pigeon feather or a dog feather. More peacock feather. So is a peacock feather on his crown. He has a lakuti, a golden stick, that is wrapped in his dupatta. And his eyebrows are so beautiful, it puts a bow to shame. Chanchala naina diganchala chanchala anchala patta paharanade. His eyes are very naughty, very loving, very beautiful. It steals the heart. His eyes. And he has a dupatta which is fluttering, a yellow dupatta which is fluttering, a shawl which is fluttering in the wind, his pitambar. Gati madamatta gayanda lajavati or manda manda musakanare. His walk is so beautiful that it puts a young intoxicated elephant to shame. Elephant is walking and it sways as it walks. But if it gets intoxicated, it sways even more. He puts that to shame. And his beautiful smile on the lip, very slow, sweet smile that steals the heart of all the gopis, etc. Beharati intra kripalu bindavan rati rasa chatura sujanade. Shri Krishna is always performing divine pastimes. You can meditate on him performing divine pastimes every moment in divine Vrindavan. He's a connoisseur of divine love. So some idea has been given how to meditate on Shri Krishna. Double. Nanda Nandana ko dhyan re dhar. Nanda Nandana. Oh Nanda Nandana ko dhyan re dhar. Nanda Nandana. Ja निशि वासर विधि हरिहर भगवान रे धरु विधि Everyone clap and sing loudly. Ore dharu O Nand Nandan ko dhyan re dharu मोर मुकुट लकुटी लेपटी पट लजवती त्रिपुटी कमान रे धरु ओरे धरु ओ नंद नंदन को ध्यान रे धरु नंदन अंचल नैन दिगंचल चंचल अंचल पट पहरान रे धरु ओरे धरु गति मद मद दयंद दयावनी ओ मंद मंद मुस्कान रे धरु ओ नंद नंदन को ध्यान रे धरु नंदन विहरत नित कृपालु वृंदावन तीरस चतुर सुजान रे धरु रति ओरे धरु बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. So, people think it's difficult. Someone was telling me, I do puja, I do jap, I do everything, but I can't love Shri Krishna. I don't know how to love. We all know how to love. Loving Shri Krishna is the easiest thing. Certain things are necessary. First, the correct knowledge. I am not the body, I am the soul, Atma. Number one. Number two, what do I want in life? I want happiness. True everlasting happiness. Being a fraction of happiness. Number three, how I'm going to find the happiness? Only by attaining Shri Krishna. Because Shri Krishna is happiness. Once this knowledge gets firm in the mind, love will come with speed. Because we'll be thinking, as I mentioned before, why do we fall in love? We get attached to any person or object in the world. Because we made the decision, that person, that thing can make me happy. So if now we decide, through the grace of an association with a true saint, this is what Guru does. He gives us true knowledge. He makes the knowledge sit in our intellect. The knowledge comes there. Only Shri Krishna is happiness. Then what will happen? We'll start thinking about Shri Krishna again and again. Just like the world, and we'll fall in love. Secondly, we already know how to love. Nobody has to teach us. This thing called love, nobody has to teach. We know. We know how to love mother. We know how to love father. We know how to love child. We know how to love brother, how to love sister, how to love wife, how to love husband, friend. We all know it. All we have to do now is take that love and direct to Shri Krishna. Every relation of the soul is only with Shri Krishna. Mata, Pita, Prata, Surit. Every relation, the Vedas are saying, every relation of the soul is only with Shri Krishna. As I said before, as a prayer we say, Tvameva Mata, Chapita, Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha, Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam, Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. What are we saying? Simple prayer. Tvam, you, Ev, alone, tu he. Hey Shri Krishna, you alone are my mummy, my mother. You alone are my papa, my father. You alone are my friend. You alone are my companion. You alone are my wealth. You alone are my knowledge. You alone are my everything. Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Every relation. We just have to realize that. So, loving God means making a relation with Shri Krishna. We have to make a relation. Then we can love. We're thinking that He is Bhagwan, God, and I am a sinner. We can't love. We have to bring Shri Krishna to our level. Bring Him down to our level. So there are 5 bhav or ras. relations the Rasik saints have mentioned we have to make with Sri Krishna in order to love him. Main thing is love, prem, bhakti. So the lowest one, number one, Shant Bhav. Number two, Dasya Bhav. Number three, Sakhya Bhav. Number four, Vasalya Bhav. Number five, Madhurya Bhav. The lowest one, Shant Bhav. This is love in Sri Krishna as a subject loves the king. It's called Shant Bhav. Higher than that, Dasya Bhav. Love in Sri Krishna as a servant loves the master. Higher than that, Sakhya Bhav. Love in Sri Krishna as you will love your own friend. Higher than that, Vatsalya Bhav. Love in Sri Krishna as a parent loves a child, as a mother loves a child, a father loves a child. And the highest relationship, Madhurya Bhav. Love in Sri Krishna as a lover loves the beloved. The lowest one, Shant Bhav, the Rasik saints, they throw it away. Pankti. It's impossible. Very difficult. There's no ras. The yogis love Sri Krishna in this way. Mahavishnu. Shant Bhav. The relationship between a subject and the king. The subject hardly gets a chance to even see the king, forget about speaking to him. And there's fear. Mahavishnu is always serious. Those who worship in the Shant Bhav, the yogis, they meditate on the form Mahavishnu, Char Bhuja, 4 arms. He's always serious, never smiles. There are no associates, no leela. Pure opulence. Mahalakshmi is pressing his lotus feet day and night. He doesn't even look at her. Huh? It's very difficult to love someone who doesn't even look at you. It's serious, gambhir. So they have rejected this aspect. And they go higher than that. They start from Dasya Bhav. Dasya Bhav, love in Sri Krishna as a servant loves the master. This is the nature of the soul. We are all servants of Sri Krishna. Jivera Shwarupa Hoy, Krishnera Nitya Das. Gaurang Mahaprabhu says, the Jivatma, the individual souls, are eternal servants. Eternal. Nitya Das, eternal servants. So even in the world, a servant has more rights than the general public. They can go inside the house, they will speak to the master, they may even enter the bedroom. Of course, when the master is not there. So they have more rights than the general public. But a lot of restriction. Sirabala chalau dharma asamura. Bharatji said, a servant, where the master has put the feet, a servant is supposed to walk on their head. Is it possible? When Ram, Sita and Lakshman were going in the forest for 14 years in banishment, Lakshman would walk behind and he made sure to avoid walking on the footsteps of Sri Ram and Mother Sita. He would never walk in the same place. So it's very difficult. Loving God in the servant mode. Once you attain, it's a different thing. So devotees like Hanuman, Shabari, etc. have loved the Lord in this aspect. Higher than Dasya Bhav, Sakhya Bhav. Loving God as you love your own friend. So even in the world, if a friend comes to visit you, the servant is cleaning the room, the servant has to leave. The things among friends, not even a servant can hear. The friend has more rights than the servant. You can complain about the servant. You can tell the servant, get out. And in loving God as a friend means loving Him as one's equal. Between friends, there's no feeling of high and low. How easily they will thump each other on the back. Arya. And there's a feeling of equality and a desire to help each other in time of difficulties. So this higher than Dasya Bhav. Higher Dasya Bhav as Sakya Bhav, Vatsalya Bhav. Parental love. If two friends are sitting in a room and the mother comes in the room, she needs to talk to her son. The servant has to leave, the friend has to leave. The mother has so much right. She can punish, scold, punish the child. Yashoda Maiya tied Thakurji to the mortar. So much rights. Bandhya. Tied to the mortar. He's begging for mukti. He who gives mukti just by taking his name, he's begging for mukti, means freedom. Koi chhod do. Once, Naraji was told that Sri Krishna had taken dissension. And we're going to celebrate Janmashtami. I know everyone is, well, I am very excited, looking forward to Monday. So Naraji came to have darshan of the Lord. When he came, in the home of Nanda Baba, Thakurji was rolling on the ground. He wanted Maya to pick him up in her arms. All children like little babies, they like whole time, take them and walk all, for no reason. So Thakurji is behaving like any other baby. When he comes, he'll behave just like us. No different, you wouldn't know. Bhakta hetu Bhagavan Prabhu Ram dharau tanu bhoop kiye charit pavan param lekin prakrit nar anurup. For the sake of those who love him. There are many reasons. This is one of the best ones. For Bhagwan coming in the world. For the sake of those who love him, his devotees, the Lord takes a form, he comes in the world. Every action he performs is supremely sacred, purifying, but Prakrit Nara Anurup. He behaves just like an ordinary man. He behaves worse. That's why no one benefits. No one can know. Avajananti mamura manushim tanumashitam param bhavam ajanantu mama bhuta maheshwaram. Chapter 9 verse 11 Gita. Unaware of my divine nature that I am Bhagavan, God. Shri Krishna is saying to Arjuna, ignorant human beings under the control of Maya, we people, we mistake him for an ordinary human being. Don't think you're going to see Shri Krishna and fall in love. Ja ki rahi bhavana jaisi Prabhu murati dekhi tina taisi. How we are inside, in the heart, in the mind, when we see divine entities, God or a saint, we see them just like how we are. And that's why we have seen God when He descended in Shri Krishna, Shri Ram, etc. Uncountable time. We have met saints. Nothing happened. Until we are deserving, don't think you're going to benefit from seeing Bhagavan. Little bit of faith you have, you will lose that too. He's going to perform such actions, you get confused and run away. So Thakurji is rolling in the ground, crying, and Maya is not taking him on. She's busy in her house. And Naraji is confused. Naraji thinks, who is the Bhagavan? It must be Maya. Because the soul is always crying to go in the lap of Bhagavan. So Naraji is thinking Maya must be Bhagavan. But then he remembers that he was told the Lord came as a baby. Then the one rolling in the ground must be the Bhagavan. Dhanya Maya. You see, before we attain God realization, we cry to go in His lap. We cried for Him to pick us up. And when we attain God realization, Bhagavan cries to come in our lap. The complete opposite. So much rights mother has. Vatsalya bhav. And the highest relationship. Higher than even that. Madhurya bhav. Loving Shri Krishna as a lover loves the beloved. It's the highest relationship. We have to make a relationship with Shri Krishna. And as I mentioned before, we already know how to love. These are the closest relationships. You can make any others you want. Besides this, is some other relationship you think wasn't included, you can make it. Every relationship we are supposed to make with Krishna. Don't leave any out. You want a chachi, a chacha, huh? Dadi, dada, make everything. Don't leave any out. Or else you have to look in the world. It's our nature to want all these relationships. People, when it's Rakhi, Raksha Bandhan, they didn't have a bhaiya, a brother, then they go and look into make somebody a brother. Why do all of that? Shri Krishna is there. Don't go and look anywhere. Tie Rakhi for Shri Krishna. He's our eternal everything. Mata, Pita, Bhrata. There's no need to look anywhere. Every relation. So we already know how to love. Just take the same love. Bring Shri Krishna down to our level. Then we will be able to love. You're doing Hare Ram, or Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe, and not even thinking about Krishna, about Radharani. How are you going to love? How are you going to shed tears? How are you going to feel the longing and the yearning for Krishna? We have to make a relationship. We have to make divine pastimes in our mind. Create a situation for the mind to love. Is what you have to do. It's not going to happen by itself. The mind will run to the world. In the beginning, when you sit down and try to do dhyan meditation, you sit in and you're going to do dhyan. And instead of thinking about Shri Krishna, the mind runs away. It's nature. It'll run to the world. It loves the world. So it'll go where it loves, and it goes in the worst place sometime, in the wrong shop. Huh? In the worst place. And you're going to get angry. Don't get angry. Let it go. So Shri Krishna is not in the wrong shop. He's there. He's everywhere. In every part. There's no place that Shri Krishna is not there. Wherever the mind goes, let it go. And when it goes there, put Shri Krishna. If we keep doing like that, the mind will realize after a lot of practice, by anywhere I go, He's there, stay right here. We have to practice. So there's more in this practicing. How are we going to practice? This is the practical aspect. So next lecture we will talk more about how we're going to focus, how we're going to make that relationship, and how the love is going to grow. And some obstacles we face, how we're going to fix it. So we'll see how much we can do the next lecture. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Radha Rani ki jai, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Thank you very much, Swamiji, for amazing discourse today. This is the first day of this